All right, let's jump right in. We're going to tackle a huge frustration that so many founders face. You know that feeling. You're putting in all this work, but your brand just isn't getting the traction it deserves. So let's unpack exactly why that happens, and more importantly, how to finally fix it. So you're creating, you're posting, you've got amazing ideas, but when you look out at the market, it just feels like crickets, like you're a ghost. Why does your brand feel so invisible, even when you're trying so hard to be seen?
Okay, first things first, and this is the good news. You are not failing. It's probably not your content, and it's definitely not your ideas. The problem is a mechanical one. See, you're accidentally sending out this erratic, kind of unreliable signal to your audience. And today, we're going to talk about how to transform that fuzzy signal into one that's powerful, clear, and consistent.
So let's start by looking at this super common creator type. And I want you to be honest. See if this sounds a little familiar. Yeah, let's talk about the inspiration-based creator. This is the person who only posts when that lightning bolt of a great idea strikes. So they might show up with 2 absolutely brilliant pieces of content one week and then, poof, they're gone for the next 10 days. For your audience, there's just no pattern. It feels random, and that makes it really hard for them to build any kind of connection with you. And that right there, that's what makes you a ghost in the market.
Now, this stop and start thing, it's not just frustrating for you. It has a real, tangible cost. So let's actually give it a name.
We call this the Erratic Signal Tax. And think of it like this. Every time you disappear, you're basically forcing your audience to pay a little bit of their attention just to remember you exist. You're losing trust, you're losing momentum. Eventually, they just stop paying. It's a tax on your growth, and you're the one paying it.
And when you look at it like this, you can really see the 2 paths ahead. On one side, you've got the inspiration-based approach that leads to random posts, a confused audience, and a kind of visibility that just shatters the second you take a break. But on the other side, a systems-based approach that creates predictability, which builds familiarity, which results in dependable momentum. The choice is pretty stark, isn't it?
You know, there's this great story about a creator who felt completely invisible. Her big shift didn't come from some viral hit or a mind-blowing new idea. It was purely mechanical. She just stopped stopping. She removed that stop and start pattern, and that was the moment people really began to notice her.
Okay, so if an erratic signal is the problem, then the solution has to be a system, a protocol, for creating a predictable one.
And this is it, the predictable signal protocol. And seriously, this is a total game changer. Think of it less like a vague goal, I'll try to be more consistent, and more like an architectural blueprint for your brand's presence. It's a deliberate system, and it's built on one simple, powerful idea: reliable repetition.
And this is the beautiful part, how it actually works. It's like a chain reaction. It all starts with one small daily action. That repetition, that's what sparks recognition. Your audience starts to see you, to expect you, and that recognition, it blossoms into familiarity. And familiarity is where the real connection starts to build. Once you have that, you start to earn the things that really matter: trust and attention.
Now, this is so important, and honestly, it should feel like a massive weight off your shoulders. We're all conditioned to think we have to do more, right? Make it bigger, better, louder to get noticed. But this whole protocol is built on the exact opposite idea. The key is to do less, but to do it way more often.
So how does this actually build up that momentum we all want? This next part is where we just completely debunk a massive myth that holds so many people back.
I mean, almost everybody believes this. You've probably felt it yourself. You think that to get momentum, you need that perfect hook, that one viral video, that groundbreaking post. We're all hunting for that one big, loud moment.
But here's the quiet truth. Momentum isn't born from a big explosion. It starts in the background, almost silently, the moment you decide to just stop disappearing. The moment you commit to showing up. That is when the engine of momentum finally, slowly starts to turn.
I absolutely love this because it's so direct. It's not about being louder than everyone else in the room. It's just about being in the room consistently enough that people finally notice you're there. That repetition is what builds familiarity, and you know what? Familiarity is what earns attention.
So please, let go of the pressure to create some dramatic, loud explosion of growth. True, sustainable momentum is almost always built quietly, through these small, repeated actions that just stack up day after day.
So the big question is, how do you actually do this? How do you make that shift from being fragmented and inspiration-based to being focused, systematic, and dependable?
Well, it really all boils down to this one powerful mindset shift. You have to reclassify those small daily actions. They're no longer the nice-to-haves that you get to when you feel inspired. No, they become non-negotiable. They're just part of what you do. And here's your homework, your immediate, actionable takeaway for this week. I want you to choose just one small action. It could be a short daily post, a daily reply to someone else's content, or a daily share. The only rule is this: it has to be so simple that you can repeat it every day without even thinking about it. That's how you start the chain.
So this is the question I really want to leave you with today. Showing up can't be left to chance or to your mood. So what's your system going to be? How are you going to build an architecture around your presence that makes showing up absolutely non-negotiable?
If you're ready to make that pivot, to go from that fragmented presence to dependable, quiet momentum, well, that's what this is all about. It's about building that system. If you want to dive deeper, check it out. It's time to stop being a ghost and start building that real, lasting momentum.